Right now, new parents in Rock County are recovering from a serious crash. We'll hear the mother's message to all drivers who pull out their phones behind the wheel.
And Madison's police union is responding to the mayor's criticism about how officers responded to a black teenager experiencing a mental health crisis.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. After a bad car crash last month, a Janesville area family is still trying to recover.
They have a message they'd like to get out to every driver on the road. Our Madeline O'Neill is here to share that.
Olivia McCarthy and Bill Hagerty are just starting their family welcoming a baby girl into the world earlier this year. Now they know just how quickly life can change. In a modern world that's constantly moving,
it's a lot.
Mother, wife, and law student Olivia McCarthy hopes you'll take a second and slow down.
I handwrite my notes.
And really listen.
It is very tough. It's been quite a year.
A year that brought Olivia and her husband Bill's daughter into the world.
You do so good, sweetie.
Less than 24 hours before cancer took her father out of it.
One story he told was about a day he was sitting at a stoplight and looked down to see a little baby smiling up at him. He said it was a moment that reminded him how careful he must be because one mistake and he could kill an entire family.
It's a lesson she wishes another driver had already learned before the crash at State Road 213 and County Road A that made the family of three's world stop.
I was yelling stop because I wanted the truck to stop moving. She was crying in the back seat and there was nothing from my husband's seat.
This is what their car looked like after a driver blew through a stop sign. A Rock County crash report says it's because he was distracted by his phone.
I wonder what on your phone was more important than my husband, baby, and I's lives.
Nearly 3 weeks later, she's writing that driver an open note.
Was it a text, a Snapchat, a Facebook status?
As she takes care of her baby, who came out unharmed, all while healing from bruises and a broken hand.
Very difficult.
Her husband had to be airlifted to UW Hospital, but is now on the slow road to walking again.
Just stay off your phone.
Her message comes without a notification, but it's one she hopes you'll take to heart.
The text message can wait. The Snapchat stories can wait. Nobody really cares what you're listening to on the radio and putting on your Snapchat. There's people's lives at stake. You know, this little girl was in the back seat of that truck. And this person thought that whatever was on their phone was more important.
The driver, who authorities say caused the crash, is due in court later this month for failing to stop and inattentive driving. Now, a family friend has set up a GoFundMe page to help the family with medical costs because they still have a long road ahead of them as far as healing goes. We'll have a link to that on our website. We'll also have a link to the full open letter that Olivia wrote as well.
All right, and we hope the husband especially is still trying to recover. We wish him the best as well. Maddie, thank you.
You're welcome.
State Patrol officials say one person is seriously injured after a crash involving a box truck on I-94 in Jefferson County this afternoon. That crash happened around 11:30 this morning near Lake Mills. Traffic was backed up for about 2 hours while a Flight for Life helicopter responded. One person was flown to the hospital. There were no other injuries. A 68-year-old woman from Bloomingdale, Illinois, is dead after a crash with a semi in Rock County. This happened on Highway 81 in the town of Avon. According to the Rock County Sheriff's Office, a preliminary investigation shows the woman crossed the center line into oncoming traffic, hitting the back end of a semi. She was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Clear tonight, a few rain chances this weekend. Let's check your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, hopefully the timing on the rain will keep it more tomorrow night, so much of the day tomorrow and Sunday should be dry. As we take a look at visible cloud track, it was another sunny day across the state of Wisconsin. There are clouds out to the west of us, so we'll start moving in here later on tonight. Some showers already moving into far western Minnesota, but it'll be a while before they get here, probably sometime late tomorrow afternoon for areas west of Madison. Current temperatures are very comfortable, mid-70s to around 80 degrees over all of southern Wisconsin. Dew point temperatures are still in the middle 50s. These will start to creep up a little bit later on tonight, so that will keep low temperatures in the upper 50s. Skies will turn variably cloudy for tomorrow. There's a chance of a shower or thunderstorm, mainly in the afternoon west of Madison, with a high of 79. That's your News 3 Now First Alert forecast.
Madison's police union is calling Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway's comments problematic.
Those comments are from a blog posted Tuesday where she calls an officer's actions in responding to a mental health call unacceptable. Gabriella Becerra shares the union's concerns and how the mayor's office is addressing them. Gabby?
Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway posted a blog Tuesday in which she addressed a Madison police officer's handling of a mental health call for a 17-year-old African American in June. The incident is currently under investigation. Madison Professional Police Officers Association says multiple members have voiced concerns about what her comments could mean for the investigation and the expectations of officers.
Madison's police union president Kelly Powers says the comments Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway wrote in the blog could be dangerous for officers.
What it does is it puts doubt in the minds of officers who have to make these decisions in the field.
In a letter response to Rhodes Conway, Powers wrote, "Your statements not only risk influencing the outcome of that external review, they also threaten to influence the public's perception surrounding this incident."
The issue at hand is the commentary and how it impacts officers and their safety. You know, the subject matter of getting out in front of an investigation before it's closed, that's problematic.
In her blog post, Rhodes Conway wrote, "The officer's actions may or may not have violated the law and may or may not have violated MPD policy. However, police actions in this incident are not and will never be acceptable as best practice." Deputy Mayor Cameron McClay says the blog was not intended to call out this individual officer.
I just ask you to revisit it from the context of what we just talked about, and you'll notice the phrase best practice. We're talking at the 30,000-foot level, not about this individual officer.
McClay says he doesn't believe the investigation will be affected by the mayor's comments.
This kind of macro-level insistence on setting up leadership standards that keep us focused on doing better each and every time shouldn't, and I can't envision how it would sway the investigators in a particular case.
Rather, setting expectations for situations down the road.
What we want is shared understanding, shared diagnosis of our problems, and then come together and say, what's the best way to fix this?
And that's something both Powers and the mayor's office say they will collaborate on.
Powers says there will be meetings to better discuss what the mayor's vision is, and McClay says their office looks forward to working together to create best practices.
Gabby, thank you.
New at 6, more than a dozen Wisconsin sex offenders who are legally required to be tracked by GPS monitoring right now are nowhere to be found. Our Milwaukee partner station WTMJ-TV reports of the state's 965 convicted offenders that are tracked by GPS, 13 are missing and have active warrants out for their arrest. The Department of Corrections says the missing offenders either removed or tampered with their GPS devices. One of those is 31-year-old Brandon King, who cut off his device Tuesday, just hours after being released from a Washington County prison. The wrong-way driver who crashed into Wisconsin men's basketball coach Howard Moore's family was driving drunk at more than 2.5 times the legal limit. The Detroit News reports 23-year-old Samantha Winchester had a blood alcohol level of .207. The 3-vehicle crash happened Memorial Day weekend near Ann Arbor while the Moore family was visiting relatives there. Moore's wife, Jennifer, and his 9-year-old daughter, Jaden, were both killed. Recently, Coach Moore went into cardiac arrest. He has been receiving treatment at the hospital and will be moving to a long-term care and rehab center.
The public comment period on the proposal to bring F-35 fighter jets to Truax Field is now open. Last week, we told you about an Air Force environmental impact statement that shows there could be a significant increase in noise on Madison's north side if the F-35s are installed at Truax Field next year. The report says noise levels would increase and 2,000 additional people would be able to hear the jets. On September 12th, the 115th Fighter Wing is holding an open house at the Alliant Energy Center. They'll listen to your thoughts and give a formal presentation. You can also submit your comments in writing now through September 27th, and we have that information on channel3000.com. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says they do not plan to refer charges after investigating why a man shot his neighbor's dogs.
Wisconsin law says the man had the right to do so. Our Amanda Quintana joins us now with details. Amanda?
Yes, according to the owners, the two 8-month-old Shar-Peis, Stella and Gizmo, who are the puppies of their other dogs, dug under the fence and got into the neighbor's yard. The neighbor shot and killed both of them. The sheriff's office has been investigating what led up to this last night in Watertown and says the dogs were attacking the neighbor's goats. So he had the right to protect his animals by shooting the dogs. The goats were injured, and the neighbor told deputies he tried to yell at the dogs to get them to leave before he shot them. The dogs' owners believe their neighbor just wanted to do harm to an animal.
There's not enough words out there to even say what they did, and no apology, nothing, even from the kid. No regret, no remorse, no nothing. Just, yes, I shot the dogs, they're dead over there.
They say there were so many other ways their neighbor could have handled this, and that Gizmo and Stella were not aggressive. The sheriff's office says animal control is still investigating. We do not know yet if charges will be filed against the dog's owners, but at this point that has not been decided yet.
Madison police are reminding business owners and cashiers to watch out for counterfeit bills. The department tweeted today that two $20 bills were used at a coffee shop and a grocery store. You can see that replica marking on the bottom right corner. The two cases are under investigation. Next at 6, we're previewing Madison Black Restaurant Week in the city of Janesville, getting a big shout out for its work on the downtown Arise project.
And there's more local news ahead. Deputies are investigating a string of car thefts in northwestern Rock County, with 4 taken in just one night and a 5th attempted theft. We'll hear from one of those victims tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Happening now, community members are invited to help Madison students head back to school with all the supplies they need. The Dominic's Ripple fundraiser is supporting several supply drives throughout the month. The charity fund was created to remember Dominic May, a 5-year-old Madison boy who was killed in a crash last year. There are several drop-off stations, or you can sign up to sponsor a student. We have information to do just that on channel3000.com. Search Supply Drive.
Sartori Cheese is the Wisconsin State Fair's 2019 Grand Master Cheesemaker. The 4th-generation family-owned company is based in Plymouth, Wisconsin. The Rosemary and Olive Oil Asiago earned the award by being the top-rated cheese out of all the competition categories. Nearly 500 entries And this is the 7th Grandmaster Cheesemaker title earned by Team Sartori since 2006. Well, if you missed last month's Summer Restaurant Week, you can still take advantage of some great deals on delicious meals, and that starts tonight.
The 4th annual Black Restaurant Week doesn't kick off until Sunday, but a special first-of-its-kind tasting jamboree is happening right now at the Badger Rock Neighborhood Center until 9 o'clock. This year's week has extra meaning for Black business owners after 2 Black-owned businesses closed on Willie Street this spring. In total, 7 restaurants, 9 food carts, and 3 dessert shops are participating. And chefs like this pair from The Anointed One are ready for those big crowds.
Very busy. We have a lot of people doing Black Restaurant Week, they flood the restaurant. We have people that actually sneaks in the restaurant when other people go out once we close the doors.
If you can't make it out to tonight's jamboree, you can take advantage of Black Restaurant Week deals starting this Sunday.
In Rock County, the city of Janesville has earned an award for its engineering of the Arise Town Square project. The Janesville Gazette reports the Wisconsin section of the American Society of Civil Engineers is recognizing the project. The award is for excellence in engineering skills. It recognizes projects that make a significant contribution to society. Now, this project included installing an interactive water feature and creating a festival street. A parking area and Town Square Riverwalk will be completed later this year.
Next at 6, a cool, calm night, but we could see a shower or thunderstorm this weekend.
Gary shares if it might affect any of your outdoor plans. That's next in your First Alert forecast.
And let's join Gary, who's outside in the backyard patio now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Gary.
Hi, it's a beautiful afternoon, or has been a beautiful afternoon here, and the evening should be nice, but we will look for temperatures to stay pretty close to average. We will look also, though, for a chance for some showers or a thunderstorm. You see on visible cloud track, things pretty quiet across the state of Wisconsin, but to the west, you can see some clouds moving out of Minnesota and the Dakotas. There is a tornado watch for parts of South Dakota till 9 o'clock tonight, but these showers and storms will weaken and probably not reach us until sometime late tomorrow afternoon. Live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Very quiet out there. Skies are mostly clear. The WISC sky cam showing clear skies with just a few cirrus clouds on the western horizon, and the Edgewater sky cam in downtown Madison showing a sunlit Capitol. As we check out our almanac for today, our high temperature, oh, you can't get much better than that. 77 degrees overnight, low temperature, cooler at 54. So the humidity levels have been dropping. So we're a little bit below the averages of 80 and 60. Right now our temperature is at 76 degrees. Skies are partly sunny. Winds out of the west-northwest at 5 miles per hour, and the dew point temperature is at 54. So expect temperatures to drop back in the upper 50s overnight. Last night temperatures were in the 40s over far northwestern Wisconsin, and generally in the 50s away from Lake Michigan. And that's because those dew point temperatures have been in the lower to middle 50s. Now notice they are creeping up into the 60s out to the west of us. I don't think we'll get quite that high by early tomorrow morning, but they should be in the upper 50s, and that'll keep our temperatures from falling much below that. Current temperatures are generally in the 70s to around 80 degrees. The really warm weather is farther to the south and west, and it looks like it'll stay away for at least the next couple of days. A weather track with showers and storms in the Dakotas will move into Minnesota, but weaken as they head toward Wisconsin. It's actually ahead of a stationary front that basically drapes through the central part of the country and divides warmer and more humid air to our south and west to the slightly cooler and drier weather across our part of the Midwest. There's also a high pressure system over eastern Iowa that those storms will have to work its way through. Notice the difference in temperatures. Very pleasant around here, 70s to around 80. The other side of that stationary front, temperatures mid to upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. And dew point temperatures are in the 60s and even some low 70s to our south and west. Again, the heat and the humidity will stay mainly to our south and west, but we will see at least a chance for a shower or thunderstorm, especially tomorrow night. For tonight, look for clear skies this evening to turn mostly cloudy overnight, low temperature dropping to 59. For tomorrow, look for skies to be variably cloudy. There is a chance for a shower or thunderstorm, mainly in the afternoon west of Madison, with a high of 79. On future track, quiet conditions overnight. Skies will turn cloudy by morning, low temperatures dropping into the upper 50s. High temperatures tomorrow topping out close to 80 degrees with just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm west of Madison. See a little better chance tomorrow night as the shower and thunderstorm chances move through, but they should be out of here by early on Sunday morning. We'll see some breaks in the clouds with high temperatures around 80 degrees. Rainfall amounts generally under a quarter of an inch. A few places could see a half inch or more if they get caught underneath a heavier shower or thunderstorm. Better chances for showers and storms on Monday, but then temperatures will stay around 80 for the middle of next week and start turning warmer toward the end of next week. Some thunderstorm chances from late Saturday into Sunday of next weekend.
Well, Matt LaFleur all smiles after winning his first preseason game as head coach of the Packers. We've got more from the locker room. That's next in sports. Well, a few things to unpack from the Packers' first preseason game last night. In case you missed it, Green Bay beat Houston 28-26, with basically all the starters sitting this one out because, well, they've earned their spots on this team. The defense was a bright spot. Last season, the Packers forced a total of 15 turnovers. In the first quarter alone last night, 3 of them. But also keep in mind that they weren't facing the Texans' A squad. But for the rookies like first-round draft pick Rashawn Gary, that was a good way to set the tone for the defense and what standards they expect to meet.
Going through this whole thing, you know, as a defense, we want to keep the ball, and turnovers is big for us. So, you know, that's something that we just got to keep working on and keep striving for, and always focus on the ball, how we've been doing. You know, every play that we out there, we want to make sure it's perfect, but if it's not, you know, move on to the next play and just try to make that one perfect. And I feel like everybody had that mindset, so we don't let, you know, one another get down on each other. It's next play, let's keep moving.
Rashawn and the rest of the rookie squad, they've got 3 more tune-ups to prove their worth. Preseason game number 2 in Baltimore next Thursday, followed by a trip to Winnipeg, where the Packers will face the Raiders. They'll have the round out preseason at home in Week 4 against the Chiefs. Some good news for the Badgers today, especially Xander Neville. The NCAA granted him a 6th year of eligibility so he can play football again. The tight end only played in 3 games last season because of a right leg injury, and then he tore his ACL in his right knee in practice in October. And in the season before that, in 2017, he tore his ACL in his left knee. So needless to say, staying healthy will be a must, especially because the Badgers are in need of some veteran experience at tight end this year. Lots of movement today on the Brew Crew roster, so here we go. Right-handed pitcher Birch Smith designated for assignment in San Antonio. Hernan Perez taking that spot, and he's getting to work right away. He's in the lineup tonight. Meanwhile, Travis Shaw has been optioned to AAA, and Christian Yelich has still got some back issues. Craig Counsell said today he's optimistic for the weekend, but not 100% yet. Brewers hosting the Rangers tonight. Texas starting a newly acquired 21-year-old Colby Allard on the mound. Counsell going with Gio Gonzalez. Cubs on the road in Cincinnati. Yu Darvish pitching for the Cubs. Right now they are scoreless in the first inning. The Cubs with a healthy lead in the NL Central right now, but it's a little tight between the Brewers and Cardinals. Cards host the Pirates in St. Louis tonight. Finally, even if you're not a White Sox or Yankees fan, this is pretty legit. The 2 teams will play each other on a Field of Dreams near the site of the actual movie in Dyersville, Iowa in 2020. Major League Baseball constructing that field, and it'll be ready on game day on August 13th. The stadium will hold 8,000 people, and reps from the Chamber of Commerce in Dyersville say they're already getting lots of calls for tickets, but hold your horses, people. They are not for sale just yet. That is so cool if you're a big fan of the movie.
Love the movie.
Who isn't? Yeah, it was a classic. Yelich, keep me updated on that. I have tickets for Sunday, but he's one of the only reasons to watch that.
So our lives right now revolve on Eric Franke is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Going to this game. Okay, I will text you by the minute.
I might try to sell those 2 on that.
As long as we have it established, we're all good, right?
Yeah.
Quick final check, Gary.
Crazy. Right now, things pretty quiet out there. Some rain in western Minnesota could reach us tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures right now, middle to upper 70s. Dew point temperatures still very comfortable in the mid-50s. Look for high temperatures around 80 for the weekend. Best thunderstorm chances tomorrow night, and then Monday, and then toward the end of next week. But temperatures will warm up at the end of next week as well.
I think Yelich's back is sore from carrying the team on his back.
We've heard that before.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you at 10.